Listen carefully. Next one. So I was winding up the previous class with combined harmonic geometric mean. You guys were asking like when is it applicable and all. For your exam point of view, there will not be any question from geometric mean combined geometric mean. If you ask me, for example, one set A is happening, set B is happening, then what will happen is, so set A will have a geometric mean of G1, set B will have a geometric mean of G2, then N1 will be the geometric mean of set A, then N2 is the geometric mean of set B. Likewise, G1 is there, G2 is there, N1 is there, N2 is there, likewise different things are there. Now people, if they ask for combined geometric mean, you will do one thing. You will take the geometric mean of first case into geometric mean of second case, the entire thing raised to 1 divided by N1 plus N2. That is the usual way of doing it. That's how you will do it. But for your examination, this topic is out of the syllabus. It is not required for your examination point of view. Got it, Bhavdharani? Just put some values. Then take what? Product of G1 into G2. Then you will take what? Raised to 1 divided by N1 plus N2. That is the combined geometric mean. If you are talking something is yes. If you are talking with respect to combined geometric mean, but you don't need to study that. But you need to study what? When we are talking with respect to variables. For example, there is a variable x and variable y. They will ask what is geometric mean of x into y. The options will be like this. One of the option will be gm of x into gm of y. Another option will be gm of x divided by gm of y. Another option will be gm of x plus y. Different options will be there. Which is the answer? Gm of x into gm of y. This is what? Gm of x divided by gm of y. Now the next one, that is called as harmonic mean. Have you heard about harmonic mean before? Are you hearing it for the first time? Anyone hearing it for the first time? Harmonic mean. Okay, even if you have not heard it, this is your moment. Okay, remember this. A smiling face of me telling harmonic mean. Harmonic mean means, when are we using harmonic mean? Any idea? Geometric mean we are using when percentages are involved. Arithmetic mean, random values are involved. We will find what? Arithmetic mean. Harmonic mean we will find when rate of change is there. Rate of change means, for example, kilometer per hour. What is speed? Meter per second. Speed. Rupees per kilogram. Okay, 45 rupees per kilogram for 1 kg orange. That means per kilogram. Rate of change. 10x per rupees. That means 10x you will get for 1 rupee. Likewise, that is the meaning. Per rate of change of, or per is coming into the picture. Per kilogram per second. Kilometer per second. Rupees per kilogram. All these things will come under what? The rate of change. And whenever they are involved, we will find what? We will find harmonic mean. Everyone watch cricket here, right? Anyone who doesn't know anything about cricket is here? Okay, few people are there like that. No, more people are there like that. So we will not take the cricket example. Okay, we will talk about. Everyone knows about running? Okay. Now, any athletes are here? Anyone who competed in any 100 meters race? Anyone is here like that? No. Then we will have our hypothetical boy, our red boy is there. Okay. Red boy is like he is participating in a 100-meter race. Okay. Now this is the finish line. This is the start point. So he is going to check how much is going to run. Okay. First case, he ran and he reached the 100 meter. His speed was around 10 meter per second. What is it? 10 meter per second. First speed is what? 10 meter per second. Next, again he ran the second one. Then he reached much faster. His speed was 12 meter per second. Then again he ran, that is 13 meter per second. With practice he is improving, 14 meter per second. Then 15 meter per second. Likewise he is improving. Then they are asking you to find. Red boy is coming and asking you because you were there. Red boy is with he is coming with a pole. He is asking you one question. Hey, how much is my average speed? You will be like, sir, I don't know anything. My average speed is 10 plus 12 plus 13 plus 14 plus 15 divided by how many terms are there? 5 are there. Will you find the average speed? No. Whenever speed is involved, rate of change is involved, we need to find harmonic mean. The formula for harmonic mean looks like this. N divided by, N means what? Total number of lap our red boy ran. 5 lap. 5 times he ran. Correct? N is equal to how much? 5. Divided by sigma 1 by x. 1 by x means first case how much he ran? 1 by 10. Second case how much he ran? 1 by 12. Then 1 by 13. 1 by 14 plus 1 by 15. Then n is how much? 5. This is how you find average speed. Are you getting it, people? This is how you find harmonic mean. Whenever speed is involved, which is the best method? Harmonic mean is the best method. Keep that in your mind. I will take you to your 7th standard. Yeah, I know, COVID batch. Some of you will be in COVID batch that time. 7th standard or 8th standard. There was a question like, one car is going this way, other car is going this way. What is their average speed? Or one car goes from this place to this place and that car came from this place to this place. What is the average speed? That time you would have used a formula like this. 2ab divided by a plus b. You might. No, you have. If you haven't studied, this is the moment. You had studied something like this. 2ab divided by a plus b. That is called as average speed in science. Now people, where was it determined from? It was from harmonic mean. What is the formula for harmonic mean? N divided by sigma 1 by x, right? For example, two speeds are there. So that means 2 divided by 1 divided by a, first speed, plus 1 divided by b. Now take the LCM over here. 2 divided by a plus b divided by ab. This goes to numerator. It will become 2ab divided by a plus b. So you had actually studied HM long back in 7th standard, but you never know that was HM. That was the problem. So speed is involved means harmonic mean. Rate of change involved means harmonic mean. Percentage is involved means geometric mean. Random numbers are involved means arithmetic mean. Very clear on that. Pakka, everyone understood the concept? Is it clear for all the people? Now people, first of all, what is the definition of HM? HM is defined as reciprocal of the arithmetic mean of reciprocal of set of observation. What do you mean by that? HM is the reciprocal of the arithmetic mean of reciprocals. So that means if you have random numbers, for example, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 are the random numbers. First you would need to find the reciprocal of them. What is the reciprocal of 10? 1 by 10. Then 12, 1 by 12. 1 by 13, 1 by 14, then 1 by 15. Then arithmetic mean of reciprocal means we need to find the AM of this. That is 1 by 10 plus 1 by 12 plus 1 by 13 plus 1 by 14 plus 1 by 15. How many terms are there in total? 5 terms are there in total. Then arithmetic mean of reciprocal is done. Then what is the complete definition? Reciprocal of the arithmetic mean. What is the reciprocal of this? 5 divided by 1 by 10 plus 1 by 12 plus 1 by 13 plus 1 by 14 plus 1 by 15. So instead of writing all that concept, you can just use this formula. N divided by sigma 1 by x is the formula for ungrouped HM. First question, have a look at the first question, people. Harmonic mean of 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3. Next one will be what? 1 by 4, etc, 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 till what? The 1 by n is how much is the question. How many observations are there in total? N observations are there. Why? Because the last term is 1 by n. That means n observations are there in total. Everyone got that? Anyone is having doubt over that? How many observations are there in total? N observation. Now people, what is the formula for HM? N divided by sigma 1 by x is the formula for HM. N is how much over here? N itself. Then sigma 1 by x is how much? 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 1.
1 by x means instead of x you should put this. That means 1 by 1 plus 1 divided by 1 by 2. That will become 1 divided by 1 by 2 will become what? 2 will go to the numerator. It will become what? 2 plus 1 divided by 1 by 3. It will become what? 3. 1 divided by 1 by 4. It will become what? 4 plus etc 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 till what? Till n. Now if you remember long back in your which standard, 6th standard or 7th standard, we have studied something like this. Sum of n natural numbers. Sum of n natural numbers. What is the formula for sum of n natural numbers? N into n plus 1 divided by 2. Do you remember this? Long back, we studied it. Pakka you had studied it in school. Because I studied it in 7th or 8th standard. I studied for the first time. Then it came back in 9th standard. Then it was there in 10th standard. Till 12th standard, if you had studied this one or the other way, you would have seen it somewhere. Okay, n into n plus 1 divided by 2. So people, what is the denominator then? N divided by 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus etc. up to n is what? Sum of n natural number, right? Can I write it as n into n plus 1 divided by 2? N cancel. 2 goes to the numerator. What will remain? 2 divided by n plus 1 is your answer. Which option is the answer, people? Option B is the answer. I hope everyone understood this. Got the point? Have a look at it. You can ask me your doubt because I know it's a complicated question. I started with that because it is fun. You'll also feel like, oh, it's a very complicated concept. Actually, it is a difficulty level high question. Very, very high question. Okay. But usually you will not get a question like this, but you might also get. Who knows? Yes. Any doubt? Ask me right now from this question. So what is the formula for HM now? N divided by sigma 1 by x for ungrouped data. Now people, how much is the n over here? In total there are n itself, so I will put n itself. Then people, sigma 1 by x. 1 by x will be written as 1 by 1 is how much? 1. Then 1 by 1 by 2 will become what? 2. 1 by 1 by 3 will become what? 3. Then 4 plus etc 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 till what? N. Now people, what is the formula for sum of n natural numbers? That is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. That is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. N and n got cancelled. Then this 2 goes to the numerator. It will become what? N2 divided by n plus 1. It's a very good question. I hope you understood this. Pakka everyone got it? Anyone is having doubt? Raise your hands, people. No? Online, anyone is having doubt? Put that emoji, devil emoji, this emoji and all. Put if any doubt is there. Pakka? Done? Done now? Everyone is sitting like this. This is the way you guys are sitting. In between. Then in between you'll take the calculator. Fine. Show some expression, people. At least smile. Okay. Everyone smile. Let me see the beautiful faces. Everyone smile. Everyone is till now everyone was like this. Now everyone is no. I am not smiling for him. No. Fine. Look at the next question. A man travels from Agra to Gwalior at an average speed of 30 km per hour. Back at an average speed of 60 km per hour. What is the average speed is the question. 7th standard question. Okay. Literally 7th standard question. What is the formula for average speed? Average speed is equal to nothing but HM. So you can write the formula like this. 2AB divided by A plus B. Which is equal to 2 into A is how much? 30. Into B is how much? 60. Divided by 30 plus 60 is how much? That is 90. How much is the answer you are getting, people? 40 km per hour is the average speed. Now, if you don't know this formula, if you don't know this 2AB by A plus B, will you sit there and cry? No. I will do it in using HM formula. HM is what? Sigma n divided by sigma 1 by x, which is nothing but n is how much over here? 2. 2 divided by 1 by 30 plus 1 by 40, which is equal to what? You will get the same answer using calculator. How to do that in calculator? You do that for me in calculator. So first you will type what? 1 divided by 30, m plus 1 divided by 40, m plus. Then you will do what? MRC. Then you will do what? Divide equal to multiplied with 2. You will get the same answer, or you will get 39.9999999. You will get same answer. Understood the method, people? Yes, any of the method, whichever you are comfortable, take that. Okay, yes. Doubt irukka? Doubt idya? No, doubt no. Anyone? Any doubt? Yes. Next question. Yeah, someone is asking. Yeah, what's the doubt? No doubt, sir. Yes, Jayashree, any doubt? No. Yes. Solve it for me. A lady travels at a speed of 20 km per hour. Okay, so lady is traveling what? 20 km per hour she is traveling. Returns at a quicker speed. Quicker speed means we don't know that extra speed. We don't know the B value. We have the A value. A is equal to how much? 20. B is equal to we don't know. Then average speed of the whole journey. HM is also given. How much is it? 24. Find the speed of the return journey. We need to find the value of what, people? We need to find the value of B. What is the formula? HM is equal to 2AB divided by A plus B. That is 24 is equal to 2 into 20 into B divided by 20 plus B. Get me the value of B. Anyway, you can use either you can option it or you can cross multiply. Cross multiply. That is 24 into 20 plus B is equal to 40B. Open the bracket. 24 into 20 is how much, people? 480. Plus 24 into B is how much, people? 24B, which is equal to how much? 40B. Take this to the other side. That means 480 is equal to how many B? 16B. From that, B is equal to how much? 480 divided by 16, which is equal to how much, people? 30 km per hour. Option B is the answer. Okay, got the point? Everyone understood this? Any doubt in this? Direct question. HM is the easiest. Now, if you check the recent year question papers, most questions are from HM. Most of the questions are from HM, and if you know the formula of HM, you are sorted. Because just using the formula, you can directly get the answer. So keep a note of it. HM is very important. HM means harmonic mean. Harmonic mean definition is what? It is the reciprocal of the arithmetic mean of reciprocal. Or you will write it as what? HM is equal to n divided by sigma 1 by x. Okay. Next one over here. If there is ungrouped, there should be grouped also, right? Whenever we are learning ungrouped, we are learning group also. Look over here, grouped. HM for group data. For group data, HM look like this. HM is equal to capital letter N divided by sigma F by X. What is it? N divided by sigma F by X is the formula for that. N is what? That is nothing but sigma F divided by sigma F by X. What do you mean by sigma F by X? The frequency divided by the X value plus next frequency divided by the X2 value plus third frequency divided by the X3 value will be there in the denominator. That is the meaning. Have a look at this question. There is not a PYQ. There was no questions from grouped harmonic mean or grouped GM till now for your examination. So the chances of getting a question is very rare, but still we will study it. Imagine you have a data set representing the speed of a car at different times, and you to calculate HM of the speed. You need to calculate what? Harmonic mean of the speed. That is the question. Now people, look here. Speeds are given. Speed is 40. Frequency, how many times the car is having 40 km per hour? One time. Then speed is 50 km per hour. How many times? Two times. Then 60 km per hour. How many times he reached 60 km per hour? 3 times he reached 60 km per hour. People, we need to find HM. HM ka formula is what? N divided by sigma F by X whenever it is group. N is what, people? N is nothing but 1 plus 2 plus 3, or sigma F is how much? That is equal to 6. 6 divided by f divided by first speed. That means 1 divided by what? 40 plus 2 divided by 50 plus 3 divided by 60. Take your calculator, get me the answer. First to find the denominator. How to find the denominator? Correct answer. 1 divided by 40, m plus 2 divided by 50. Then what? M plus 3 divided by 60. Got it? M plus. Then what, people? We need to click MRC so that we added all the values together. Then how to take it to the numerator? How to take the reciprocal? Divide equal to multiply it with what? 6. Once you multiply it with 6, you will get the answer. How much are you getting, people? 52.71 now. Everyone got 52.71. Option A you got approximately. Yes. No. Check again. Yes. 17. But option is what? Nearest option is what? 52.71. Okay. 17. So people always answer with respect to the option. Even if you are getting 52.85, you will say what? 52.71. Whichever option is there, we should mark that. That's all. Nearest option. So I told you, right? Multiple questions. You will only get the nearest option. They are there. Whatever question paper you take, it will be like nearest option will be there. We need to just check the nearest option. Okay. Yes. That's your case with HM. So what all things we studied? We studied arithmetic mean. What was arithmetic mean? X bar is equal to sigma x divided by n. Then we studied the second case. What was the second case, people? Another? Combined arithmetic mean. What is combined arithmetic mean? N1 x1 bar plus N2 x2 bar that divided by N1 plus N2 plus etc. etc. Then we studied corrected arithmetic mean. Corrected arithmetic mean is what? Wrong x bar into n minus wrong values plus correct values divided by n. That also we studied. Then we went to geometric mean. Correct? Geometric mean is what? GM is nothing but product of all the observation raised to 1 by n. There we use the option hitting method. That means option raised to n is equal to product of all the observation. Whichever give LHS and RHS both are same, that's your answer. Then people we studied grouped geometric mean. What was group geometric mean? In x1, what is group geometric mean? In grouped, x1 raised to f1 into x2 raised to corresponding frequency into x3 raised to f3 into etc etc etc. The entire thing raised to 1 by capital N. Capital N is nothing but sigma f, sum of all the frequencies that we studied. Then we studied what? When we studied HM. HM is what? For ungrouped data, HM is nothing but n divided by sigma 1 by x. That is HM. Then for group data, it is what? Capital N or sigma f divided by sigma f by x is the formula for grouped data. Now people, we are going to study combined HM. Combined HM means, now people, we studied about our red boy, right? Red boy. You remember our red boy? Yes. He was doing what? He was running. He was running away from pink girls' father and mother. He's running away from them. So, first lap, how much was the speed? 10 meter per second. Second lap, 12 meter per second, etc. 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 We found a combined HM. HM was how much? HM for the first case was how much? In that lap, how much he scored? HM was, let it be around 13 meter per second is the harmonic mean of his average speed. Let it be 13. Then, next day he again came. He's like, I need to improve my harmonic mean. Yes, he's like that. Then, he ran for 5 lap again. In N1 is how much? 5. N2 also he ran for 5 lap. Then he found HM is equal to only 12. That day he was tired. Average speed is how much? 12 meter per second. Then again next day again our red boy came. That time he's decided, oh, yesterday it was less. I should improve. I should put more effort. He ran for 6 times. Then he found the average speed is like around 14. Okay. So these are the scenarios. Now for the last 3 days, how much is the average speed of this person is something we are going to find. It's very easy. N1 plus N2 plus N3. What is it? The total number of times he ran. That is how much? 5 plus 5 plus 6 is how much? 16 divided by. First case, N1 by H1, that is 5 divided by 13 plus 5 divided by 12 plus how much the last case? 6 divided by 14. So the formula for combined HM is nothing but N1 plus N2 divided by N1 by H1 plus N2 by H2. For example, if set 3 is there, it will become N1 plus N2 plus N3 divided by N1 plus N1 by H1 plus N2 by H2 plus, you tell me, N3 by H3. What if one more is there? N4 by H4 should also be part of it. So I can say plus etc plus etc. Whatever we require, we will take. Rest of it, you put one plus and put etc. Understood this? Got it, everyone? Can we solve a question online? Bhavtarani, Nikita, then Sindhu, Shruti, Trisha, everyone. Can we try one question? Are you guys ready for the question? Have a look at this question, people. If there are two groups with 75 and 65 as the HM, and one more thing I'll tell you, there were multiple attempts, they asked the formula of combined harmonic mean as a question. They asked what is the formula, how to find its combined harmonic mean. They have asked like that multiple times in the previous year. Make a note of that also. It is very important. This formula is very important, and you can also find a question. You will also find a question for your examination based on either harmonic mean or combined harmonic mean. Keep a note of it. It's very important. Now, two groups with HM 75 and 65 as the harmonic mean. That means H1 is equal to how much? 75. H2 is equal to how much? 65. Containing 15 and 13 observation. That means N1 is equal to how much? 15. N2 is equal to how much? Can anyone tell me? That is 13. We need to find what? We need to find the combined HM. HM combined is nothing but N1 plus N2 divided by N1 by H1 plus N2 by H2. People, N1 plus N2 is how much? 15 plus 13 is how much now? Divided by, first one, 15 divided by 75 plus 13 divided by 65. Take your calculator, get me the answer. Option C, 70. Exactly 70 everyone got. So how to do it in calculator? I'll show you here. First find denominator, 15 divided by 75. Then you will sit there and cry or click M plus. M plus. Then 13 divided by 65. Then what? M plus. Then people, click MRC button. Why are we clicking MRC button? We are combining both the values, or we are adding both the values from the memory. Then do what? We need to take the reciprocal. Divide equal to, multiply it with 28. How much is the answer? 70. Or sometimes you will get it like 69.999999. But the answer is what, people? 70 is the answer. Option C is the answer. I hope you understood combined harmonic mean. So that's all, people, the types of means. After this we have median, then we have mode, then partition is there. Then the chapter will be, first unit will be completed. Then whatever we are learning today, right, will be used tomorrow also for next topic. That topic is called as dispersion. Tomorrow also we will use the same thing. Okay, this is the base for the next unit. So what happens is, from measures of central tendency, usually you'll get 5 marks. Then from measures of dispersion, next unit, that also you will get 5 marks. So in total you will get 10 marks. You can study measure of dispersion only if you know measures of central tendency. Okay. Now people, we need to study the relationship. How AM, GM and HM are related. Make a note. Previous year questions. If all the observations are same and positive, for example, all the observations are like 5, 5 and 5. What is the arithmetic mean? 5 plus 5 plus 5 divided by 3, which is equal to how much? 15 by 3, 5. Then how much is the geometric mean? 5 into 5 into 5. That is how much? 5 cube. Raised to 1 by 3 will be what? 5. Then how much is the harmonic mean? That will also be how much? 5 itself. So people, if the observations are positive and equal, then AM is equal to GM is equal to HM. Make a note of it. When are they equal? When they are positive and equal. When all the observations are same. For example, 5, 5, 5. For example, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. If all observations are same, AM, GM and HM are what? Equal. Now, more than that, the next one is more important for us. The next one is called as when all the observations are positive and distinct. What do you mean by distinct? Distinct, different. Okay, the meaning of the word is what? Distinct means different, or different values are there. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different values are there, right? Then people, AM is greater than, GM is greater than HM. I know, so very difficult to remember this, but you will not forget something which you studied in the past. Do you remember A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H? So which comes first? Then A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then what? H. So AM is greater than, GM is greater than HM. Remember it this way, otherwise you will forget. Okay? So A, B, C, D you will never forget. So this one you will never forget going forward. Okay, what is greater than G? A is greater than G. What is greater than H? G is greater than H, as well as A is greater than H. A is greater than, G is greater than H. Now, you might find a question like this in the future. They will give you the value of GM. For example, it is given as 10. Then they will give you the value of or instead of GM I'll put, they will give you the value of arithmetic mean. Then they will give you the value of what? Harmonic mean. Then they will ask you to find the value of geometric mean. One of the most repeated type of question from this. Why are they asking such a question? Because it is combining all the measures of central tendency together, right? Regarding mean, AM is related to GM and HM using a formula. GM is equal to root of AM into HM. So you can either remember it this way. GM is equal to root of A into H. If you want to remember it as that is also fine. HM into AM. If you want to remember it as that is also fine. A into H or H into A. Okay, stop doing Okay, yes. Answer is what? Root of A into H. Arithmetic mean into harmonic mean is GM. Can we solve some question, people? Ready, Irka? Yes, Pakka. Now the first question. Get me the answer for this. If A be the AM of two positive unequal quantities X and Y, G be their GM, then Grace, what is the answer for this? Option B. Yes. A is greater than G is the answer for when two positive quantities are there. When they are unequal, A is greater than G. How do you know A is greater than G now? Because we studied A is greater than, G is greater than H. That is the case. Now what if the question was like this? Two positive equal quantities. Then what will be the answer? A is equal to G. What if it is like, let A be the AM of two positive quantities. They are not mentioning equal or unequal. Then I will say that A is greater than or equal to, G is greater than or equal to H. Did you understand? When equal is coming into the picture, we will put them equal to. When they are unequal, we will take what? A is greater than, G is greater than H. What if they say two positive quantities without mentioning equal to or unequal to? So you will take it as what? A can be greater than or equal to, or G can be greater than or equal to what? H. That is the meaning. Okay. So sometimes in books and or maybe in school, you might have studied it this way. Because of the reason, they will not mention this equal or unequal part. Whenever it is not mentioned, you can study it this way. So we covered all the topic. Whatever question they can ask with respect to AM, GM and HM, we have studied conceptually. Now few more extra problems. Look at this, people. AM between two numbers is 64. Okay, AM is given. GM between two numbers is 16. We need to find what? Harmonic mean.
Which formula are we going to use? Connecting formula. GM is equal to what? Root of. Yes, A into H. Now GM is given. How much is GM? 60. Which is equal to root of. A is how much? 64.
Then what is H? We need to find the value of H. So people, how to remove the root?
Squaring both sides, or you will do what? Option hit.
Completely up to you.
Okay, square both sides. That means 16 square is equal to squaring the root and square will cancel. What will remain? 64 into H. Now 16 square is how much? 256 divided by 64 is equal to H. How much is the value of H, people? 4. So which option is the answer? Option B, 4 is your answer. I hope everyone got it. Anyone got any different answer? Everyone got the same answer only, right? Yes, very easy, very direct question. Very, very easy to get. Now, what if they give GM and HM? How will you find AM? Same formula. What if they give AM and HM? How to find GM? Same formula. If you check some of the books and all, they will see multiple formula and all. Don't study multiple formulas. As I told from day one, try to study one formula, then use calculator. Okay, otherwise you will forget all the formulas. Instead of forgetting all the formulas, study one formula and go ahead. Yes. Look here, get me the answer, read it carefully. Please get me the answer. Everyone, the timer starts now. Get me the answer. 1 minute I'll give. Please read it. The 10-second answer, but still 1 minute you can take. Any answers online? Shruti, Sindhu, Trisha, Nihita, Bhavatarani. Give me some answers. Option B, option C. Okay. Option C. Okay, let's see whether it's answered or not. Now, people, what is given? The harmonic mean of two numbers is what? What is given in the question? Harmonic mean of two numbers is 4. Then they are asking for what? They are asking for the numbers. They are not asking for GM or HM. They are asking for what? Numbers. HM is equal to what? 4. Correct? What is the formula when two numbers are involved? How will you write HM? 2AB divided by A plus B, which is equal to 4. Now you will do what? Option hit. Whichever option gives you LHS is equal to RHS, that's your answer. Very easy. Within 5 seconds, you will get the answer. Now try. Which option everyone is telling? C. We will see. Check option C. Try option C. That means 2 into 6 into 3 divided by 6 plus 3. So which is equal to RHS is already there. RHS is how much now? 4. LHS is this much, which is equal to how much is it? How much is it, people? 4. Yes, which is equal to our RHS. So LHS and RHS are equal with which option? Option C is your answer. Now you are like, sir, there is something else called as G satisfy 2A plus G square is equal to 27. Now, people, is any other option satisfying this 4? Any other option satisfying this 4? No, no other option is satisfying that 4. That means you can close your question with this option itself. If two options were satisfying, you need to try this. Otherwise, until and unless, you don't need to go for the next line. Are you getting the point? Very direct answer. Within how many seconds? 10 seconds you will get it if you know the formula of HM. I know when you see like this is there, that is there. That's why we are solving it inside the class. If it was self-solvable, I would have directly given it to you as homework or something. It's a very good question. Next question, solve it for me. Read it carefully. So I did with the equation, I got the same answer as option. Yes, correct.
Both the ways it can be done. But doing it in the other way, it is little more complicated, right? That's why I didn't do that way. Okay? Yes. Correct answer, Shruti. If the AM and GM of two numbers are 30 and 24 respectively, AM means what? A plus B divided by 2, which is equal to how much? 30. GM means what? The root of A into B, which is given to be how much? 24. Find the numbers is the question. What will you do? Will you solve the equation and all? No. You will do what? Option hit and check which two numbers are giving both the answers. Check. Option B, option C, option D. Either it can be option B, or it can be option C, or it can be option D. Why? Arithmetic mean of all the cases, all the three cases is what? 30. So 48 plus 12 divided by 2 is how much? 30. Then 30 plus 30 divided by 2 is how much? 30. 40 plus 20 divided by 2 is how much? 30. That means any of the three options can be your answer. But geometric mean, try one by one option B you tried. That means root of 48 into 12. Root of 48 into 12, how will you calculate in calculator? 48 into 12, then click equal to, then click root. How much are you getting, people? 24, which is equal to 24, which is our required RHS. That means which option is the right answer, people? Option B is the right answer. Very direct and very easy to get. Anyone is having doubt, please ask me right now. Understood the question? So these type of questions are one of the most repeated one, because very direct and conceptual question. They are connecting everything over here. Whatever we have studied till now, they are connecting it. So it's a what to ask, like it is covering all the topics, if you ask me. So these type of questions are very frequent for examination. Then people, this question, can anyone tell me the answer? Why harmonic mean? Because rate of change is involved. If yes, per rupees, I told you, kilogram per rupees, orange per rupees, X per rupees, that I might told you. But let us read. A person purchased 5 rupees worth of X food from 10 different markets. Okay, he bought X from 10 different markets for how many rupees? 5 rupees. Now you are to find the average number of X per rupees. Per. Whenever you see per, you will do what? HM. Okay, per rupees purchased from these markets taken together. The suitable average in this case is how much, people? Harmonic mean. If it was kilogram per rupees, harmonic mean. Kilometer per second, harmonic mean. Kilometer per rupees. Yeah, rapid and all. Kilometer per rupees. Yes, harmonic mean. All these things will come under what? The harmonic mean. Keep it in your mind. Now, one interesting question to wind up. If someone tell me the answer, I'll be happy. Within 10 seconds. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Harmonic mean? Pakka harmonic mean? Yeah, everyone is telling harmonic mean. First, read the question again. A fire engine rushes to a place of fire accident with a speed of 110 km. After their completion, return to the base at what? 35 km per hour. Okay, we know average speed we can find using 2ab divided by a plus b. Correct. The average speed per hour, okay, in per direction is how much is the question. For example, our fire engine is here. This is our fire engine. Okay. Now, our fire engine is going from this point to this point. Okay. Then it came back to this point. Okay. Total how many directions are there? First direction he went this way. Second direction he came back this way. So how many directions are there? 2 directions. So if you find the total average speed, how much is the answer? Harmonic mean. Are they asking for total average speed? No, they are asking for average speed per direction. So how many directions are there? First he will go, then they will come back. That means how many directions are there? 2 directions are there. So the answer is what, people? Half of HM is your answer. Very good question. That's why I kept it over here. Understood. Other than that random question, you can just directly go for the answer. You will get it. Yes. 1 second. Okay. Done now. 28th question I can explain. Yes, I can do that. Yes. Everyone got for this question? Anyone is having doubt? Bhavdani, you got this question? So finally I will explain the 28th question again.
So here,
AM and GM of two numbers are 30 and 24 respectively. They have given the AM, that is 30. So two numbers means I can put it like A plus B divided by 2. GM is what? Root of A into B, which is equal to how much? 24. Now we will option hit. For first option, that means I am checking arithmetic mean. 12 plus 24 divided by 2 is how much? 18. Is it equal to 30? That means option A is wrong. Then 48 plus 12 divided by 2 is 30. 30 plus 30 divided by 2 is 30. 40 plus 20 divided by 2 is how much? 30. All the three options can be an answer. So we will go for geometric mean also. Root of A into B, which is equal to 24. That means root of, first option we will check. Root of 48 into 12. 48 into 12 is how much? You got it as 256. How much you got? 48 into 12? 576 you got. 576, then root is how much? 24. That is our required answer. That means option B is the answer. Try option C. Root of 30 into 30. How much is root of 30 into 30? That is 30, which is not equal to 24. Root of 40 into 20. That is how much? Root of 800, which will be not equal to 24. So which option is the answer? Option B is the answer. Okay, perfect. Done now. Can we go for the next topic? So arithmetic mean, geometric mean and harmonic mean, and the connection between everything is complete. Now we can go for the next one of the most important one. This we will finish it in 1 hour. Then we will have more. Then tomorrow's class we will finish this chapter tomorrow. Okay. Now everyone listen carefully. In 1 hour, this 1 hour is very important because many questions are there from median. Okay, there are ungrouped data and grouped data. Both we will find. Now, if you check your textbook, ICAI material, the median is one data. A too many data is told about median. Then there is something called as partition. That will be like 4, 5, 6 pages. Again, we will be talking about partition. What I am doing for you is, we are combining both together. We are going to learn both of the things together so that you don't need to spend much time on learning this because both are same. Hey, so partition, then median, how are they same? So I am going to put one thing over here. Everyone watched the movie Bigil, right? Bigil, Bigil. Yes, have you seen that Bigil? Bigil, yes. In that, both are Vijay only, right? Father is Vijay, son is Vijay. If one grandson is there, that is also Vijay. Everyone will be Vijay. Now, same as that, median is actually a partition. What? Hey, median is actually a partition. Yes, median is actually a partition. I'll tell you how it is done. For example, some random numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then 9 is there. Okay, I'm just writing it in a number line. Have you studied number line in your school long back? Randomly I'm putting some values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Likewise it is there. Now people, who is the middle value? Who is in the middle? 5 is in the middle, correct? So 1% is there in the middle. That means median is dividing or partitioning our data set into how many parts? 2 parts. There is one median and that median is dividing it into how many parts? 2 parts. Then we will talk about the next person, that is called as quartile. Okay, quartile. Quartile is over there. So we have 3 quartiles. Do you know how many quarters are there? We know that there are 4 parts. 4 parts are there, 4 quarters are there. So what does a quartile does is, it will divide it into 4 equal parts. Then there is something called as decile. Decile will divide it into how many parts? It will divide it into 10 equal parts. Then there is something called as percentile, which will divide it into 100 equal parts. So people, first one, median. How many parts? 2 equal parts. One median is there. That person is cutting it into how many parts? 2 equal parts. Then quartile is dividing it into how many parts? 4 equal parts. So how many quartiles will be there? 3 quartiles will be there. Q1, Q2 and Q3. 3 quartiles will be there. Now, median is 2 parts and only one median is there. Quartile is 4 parts and how many quartiles? 3 quartiles are there. Decile is dividing it into how many parts? 10 equal parts. How many deciles will be there? 9 decile will be there. Then coming to the last one, percentile is dividing it into 100 equal parts. How many percentiles can be there? 99 percentiles can be there. So that is the first thing you should understand. So median means what? 2 equal parts. How many median? Only one median. Okay, that's why I am telling I can teach you median and partition together. The formulas are also same. Method is also same. So if you learn one of the method, you can solve all the other things. That is the catch in this type of question. Now people, I told you how many quartiles are there now? How many quartiles? 3 quartiles. Even though it is dividing it into 4 parts, how many quartiles are there? 3 quartiles. Which are those quartiles? Q1, Q2, Q3. Decile is how many parts? 10 parts. And how many deciles are there? 9 deciles. Which are those deciles? D1, D2, D3, D4, etc., etc., etc. till last decile will be what? D9. Now my question is, can there be percentile 102? No. Maximum percentile will be what? P 99. Minimum percentile is what? P1. Keep that in your mind. So how many percentiles are there in total? 99 percentiles are there in total. Now people, median is also called by another name. It is called as positional average. Make a note of it. Previous year question. Median is called as what, people? Positional average. Why is it called as positional average? Because it is concerned with the position of the data set or position of the value. Okay, that's why it is called as what? Positional average. Make a note. Now, we are going for some questions. Okay, look here. This is the method we are going to solve the question. For median, percentile, quartile, decile, for all the cases we will be using the same type of formula, but the method is same. I'll teach you that in few minutes. Before that, I want to give you a question. 4, 5, 9, 8, then 2, then 3, then 4, or I'll give it a 6, then what does 7. I want you to find the median of the given data set. What is the median of the given data set? Will you go like, oh, so the middle value, directly I will write the middle value 2. Many people will make that mistake. Don't make that mistake. What is the mistake everyone will make? You will forget to arrange them in increasing order. Whenever you are finding median, arrange them in what? Increasing order. So what is the increasing order of this? You tell me. Which is the smallest value? 2. Then after that, 3. Then after that, 4. Then after that, 5. Then after that, 6. Then after that, 7. Then after that, 8. So now who is in the middle? 5 is in the middle. So median is equal to 5. That's how you find the answer for median. Now, this is how many numbers are there in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers are there in total. That means it is like odd numbers are there. That means you can directly write the middle value is the median. Then there is, what if there are even numbers? For example, find the median of this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, how many numbers are there in total now? Now 8 numbers are there in total. So, whenever you have 8 numbers in total, which 2 numbers are there in middle? 6 and 7 are there in middle, right? What is the average of 6 and 7? 6 plus 7 divided by 2, which is equal to how much? 6.5. You can find median using that method. That is another way for finding what? Median. But that is only for median. We can also find median using another method. That method is mentioned over here. Median is nothing but 1 by 2 into n plus 1 the value. What is it now? 1 by 2 into n plus 1 the value. We can use this formula to get the value of median. Now people, similarly, you can find quartile. What if they are asking for Q1? Q1 will be 1 by 4 into n plus 1 the value. What it will be? Q2. Q2 will be 2 by 4 into n plus 1 value. What if it is Q3? Answer will be 3 by 4 into n plus 1 the value. That is the method for what? Quartile. What is there in the denominator? 4 is there in the denominator. Why 4 is there in the denominator? Because in quartile, we are dividing it into how many parts? 4 parts. Why there is 1 by 2 in the denominator? Sorry, 2 is in the denominator of median because we are dividing it into how many equal parts? 2 equal parts. Then can anyone tell me the formula for decile? It will be I by 10 into n plus 1 the value. Why I? Sometimes they will ask for D4. I mean decile 4. If they ask for decile 4, you will write it as 4 by 10 into n plus 1 the value. Then if they ask for decile 7, you will write it as 7 by 10 into n plus 1 the value. What if they ask for decile 6? You will write it as 6 by 10 into n plus 1 the value. Now people, percentile, what will be there in the denominator? 100. Why 100? Because they are dividing it into 100 equal parts. So my random question to you, people, what if they ask for percentile 52? 52 by 100 into n plus 1 the value. What if they ask for percentile 67? 67 divided by 100 into n plus 1 the value. What if they ask for percentile 99? 99 by 100 into n plus 1 the value. What if they ask for percentile 121? Not possible. Okay. Yes. Why? Because only 99 percentiles are there. Then what if they ask for decile 15? Not possible. Till 9 is only possible for decile. What if they ask for Q6? Is it possible? No. How many Qs are there? Till 3 is only possible. Q3. Okay. Maximum is that. Now can I show you the method for solving question? Everyone understood the formula? Online everyone understood Bhavadharani, Nihita, Sindhu, Shruti, everyone got the formula? Yes, over here Akshana, you understood the formulas and all, everyone got it? Grace, you got it? Yes. Vishwasri, you got it? Yes. Purnasri, you got it? Yes. Now, people, first question, I'll show you the method. Okay. You want to find what? You ask me, what do you want to find? We will find that. That is the best thing, right? Yeah. Give me the question, we will find that. For this question, we will find whatever you ask. Find the mode for me. Don't ask that. Anything with quartile, median, percentile, then decile. You tell me the question, we will solve that. Which decile? Hey, only 9 decile are there. What to think too much, da? Yes, tell me. Decile. Decile 4. One person said 4. We will go for 4. So decile 4 we need to find. That means D4 is nothing but what? The 4 by 10 into n plus 1 the value. Correct? I'll tell you how to do this. First of all, people, is it arranged in the increasing order? Is it arranged in increasing or decreasing order? No. So what is the mistake everyone will make? They will forget to arrange in increasing order or decreasing order. So we will arrange them in what? Increasing order. Arrange it, which is the smallest value. 13, then 14, then 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 22. Somebody said 17. Who said that? 17. Okay, fine. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20 and 22 are the numbers arranged in increasing order. Who is making noise that much? Okay, I think it's problematic. Okay, let's see. Now, we are finding what? D4. N is how much over here? N is 8. So good, put over here. It will become 4 into 8 plus 1 is how much the 9 divided by 10th value. What is equal to? 4 into 9 is how much? 36. 36 by 6, 10 is how much? 3.6 the value. So this is the value we are going to find. 3.6 value. How to find 3.6 value is the catch. If you understand this question, you can do any question. Whatever may be the question I give, you will be able to get the answer. 3.6 value. How to type? I'll write it this way. Third value plus 0.6 into, I will use a word called as gap. Gap is nothing but third value is there, right? What is the next value after third value? That is the fourth value minus third value. This is the method, people. So third value plus 0.6 into gap. Gap is nothing but next value minus our third value. That is the case. That is fourth value minus third value. Which is the third value over here after arranging in increasing order? That is 15. Put the 15 over here. 15 plus 0.6 into gap is how much? What is the difference between 15 and 16? 1. Put that 1. How much is the answer, people? 15 plus 0.6 is how much? 15.6. Understood the question? Understood the approach? If you understood that, I will ask you another question. Give me a question. Which percentile? 59. Okay. Find P59 for me, people. P59. How will you write? 59 divided by 100 into n plus 1 the value. Which is how much? N is how much over here, da? N is how much over here? 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. So 59 into 9 divided by 100 the value. How much is it? 5.31 the value. Okay. So how will you write it? 5 is the integer part. Fifth value plus 0.31 into gap. Instead of gap, you will write what? Sixth value minus fifth value. Okay, you tell me which is the fifth value as per the question. As per our arrangement, fifth value is how much? 18. So you will type what? 18 plus 0.31 into gap is how much? Sixth next value is how much? 19. 19 minus 18 is how much? 1. So how much is the answer, people? 18.31 is the 50 what percentile or whatever percentile you asked. Okay. So can you find any answers? Whatever may be the question, you will be able to find the answer like this, because the approach is same. You are not changing the approach. That's why I merged everything together into a single concept, so that you will never forget this. Okay. Inga parungo. Answer kodungo. PYQ. First PYQ. People? And there will be question based on this. Decile, percentile and everything. There will be question, and I am pretty sure you will be able to answer it much faster. Option B. So what is the first step, people? First step. Arrange. Arrange in what? Increasing order. Which is the smallest value? Then 10, then 11, then 12, then 15, then 18, then 20, then 25. These are the values, people. Now, we are asked to find what? D3. D3 is what? The 3 by 10 into n plus 1 the value, which is equal to 3 by 10 into n is how much? Now, how many terms are there in total? 3, 6, 8 terms are there in total. That is 9th value, which is equal to 9 into 3 is how much? 27. 27 by 10 is how much? 2.7th value. What do you mean by that? You will write second value plus 0.7 into what? Gap. Instead of gap, you will write what? Third value minus second value. Now you tell me second value is how much over here in our arrangement? 10 plus 0.7 into third value is how much? 11 minus 10 is how much? 1. So how much is the answer? 10.7. Which option is your answer, people? Option B is your answer. I hope that everyone understood this. Pakka? Anyone still has doubt? Kale, you got it? Grace, you got it? Everyone understood, right? Online? Was there any correct answer? Sindhu, you got it? Shruti, you got it? Trisha, everyone got this right? Pakka? Can you confirm me? Sir, how 9? How 9? It will become how many terms are there in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 terms are there in total. That means 8 plus 1 is how much? 9. N plus 1 the value. Okay. Yes. Got it right, Shruti? N plus 1. Yes. Now for the same question, can you find me median? For the same question, can you find me median? So after arrangement, it is what? 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 18, 20, 25. How many terms are there in total? 3, 6. Then what? 8 terms are there in total. Whenever 8 terms are there, we will take the middle two values. Which are the middle two values over here, people? Middle two values are what? 12 and 15. Just take the average of both. 12 plus 15 divided by 2. How much is it? 13.5. Directly you will get it. Or you will use which formula? 1 by 2 into n plus 1 the value. That time also you will get the same answer. Very easy. Very direct. Very easy. Now people, which one you want to find? You want to find quartile? Everyone, you want to find quartile? Find the first quartile for me. Q1. Q1 is how much? 1 by 4 into n plus 1 the value. Okay, always remember it is n plus 1. That is 1 by 4 into n is how much over here? 8. 8 plus 1 is how much? 9. Ninth value. Which is how much now? 2.25. 2.25th value, which is nothing but second value plus 0.25 into what? Gap. Second value is how much over here, people? 10. Plus 0.25 into gap is how much over here? 10. 11 minus 10 is how much? 1. So answer is how much? 10.25 is your quartile 1. I hope everyone got the answer. Very, very easy to get the answer. Understood? Now I will teach you one more thing. If Q1 and Q3 are given, median is the average of Q1 and Q3. What is it? Look here. If Q1 and Q3 are given, median is nothing but, or Q2 is nothing but Q1 plus Q3 divided by 2. Make a note of it. I'll show you how is it done. Okay. Make a note of it. Median or Q2 is equal to what? Average of first and third quartile. People, what is the formula for Q2? Can anyone tell me Q2 ka formula? 2 by 4 into n plus 1 the value. People, if I cancel this 2 and 4, it will become what? 1 by 2 into n plus 1 the value. What is 1 by 2 into n plus 1 the value? Median. Then people, one more thing I will ask. D5. What is the formula? 5 by 10 into n plus 1 the value. Now people, if I cancel this 5 and 10, it will become what? 1 by 2. What is that? Median. People, if P50, how will I write? 50 divided by 100 into n plus 1 the value. Correct? Now 50 and 100 got cancelled. What will remain? 1 by 2 will remain. That means what is that? Median. So in general, Q2, D5 and 50th percentile, all of them are what? Median itself. Remember that. Where multiple questions based on that concept. How to find median when Q1 and Q3 are given? Take the average of Q1 and Q3. How to find Q2 when Q1 and Q3 are given? Average of Q1 and Q3. That is Q1 plus Q3 divided by 2. How to find decile 5 when Q1 and Q3 are given? That is nothing but Q1 plus Q3 divided by 2. How to find percentile 50 when Q1 and Q3 are given? Q1 plus Q3 divided by 2. Why? Because all of them are what? Median itself. Remember that. But based on this and all, none of them till now they were never asked a question. But based on this, they asked questions in the previous year. It will be useful in another topic also. Chapter 16 also we will be using the same thing. Okay. Keep it in your mind. Now, What is it? Median. Huh? How do you know 50th percentile is equal to what? Median. How to do that? P50 is equal to 50 divided by 100 into n plus 1th value. Now 50 and 100 will become 1 by 2 into n plus 1th value, which is nothing but whatever median. Understood, people? Very direct. So likewise, they have asked for D5, they have asked for quartile 2, everything was asked in the previous year. Okay. Now, next question for you guys is over here. Try to get me the answer. The timer starts now. Read it carefully. Okay. Never ever think about if one student failed to get the passing mark. Never ignore them from the class. They are also part of the class. Keep that in your mind and solve this question. Option A, we will see. Okay, we'll check. Try, people. Get me the answer. Option D. Let's see. Any other answer? Option B. Okay. Now, who is saying option C? That means I'll have all the answers. Yes. Can I try? Okay, let me say option C. Option C is the answer. Randomly, we will check. I don't know. Let's see. In a class, 11 students are there. Okay. How many are there in total? 11 students are there in total. 3 students failed a test. Okay. 3 students failed the test. Rest 8 of them passed the test. Correct. What are the marks secured by the people who passed the exam? 10, 11, 20, 15, 12, 14, then 26 and 24 marks respectively. What will be the median marks is the question. People, in total 11 students are there. How many of them failed? 3 people. Should we consider them or should we ignore them? We should consider them. For example, first person scored failed mark. Least mark is F1. Let F1 be the least mark. F1 is over there. Second least mark is F2. Third least mark is F3. That means we considered all the people who failed. Correct? Now, you tell me which is the next least mark. 10. Then what? 11. Then what? 12. Then what? Then 20. Then 24. Then 26. Likewise, we have all the values. Correct? Now, people, n is equal to what? 11 over here. That means it is an odd number. Who is in the middle? You tell me. Odd number, who is in the middle? He is in the middle. 5 people to the left hand side, 5 people to the right hand side. So who is in the middle? Mid value is nothing but 12. So it is the median. Whenever it is even numbers. If it was odd, for example, one more person failed the exam, you would have taken the average of middle 2 people. Got it? Understood? What if there was 2 more people? Will you take the average? No, you will just look at the middle value. Who is there in the middle? You can directly go for that. That is the method. I hope everyone understood this median. Are you getting it? Another name for median is what? Positional average. Previous year question. Who is called as positional average? Then people, next question. Inga parungo. Answer kudungo. 32th question. Try pannungo. Get me the answer. The median of the following numbers which are given in ascending order is 25. Find the value of x is the question. Okay. You should get me the answer within few seconds. Very easy question. Is it arranged in increasing order? Looking at it, it is arranged in 11, 13, 15, 19. Yes, everything is arranged in the increasing order. Okay. Yes, everything is arranged properly. Then what else is given in the question, people? Ascending order, it is already given, correct? What else is given in the question? Median is what? 25. How many numbers are there in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers are there in total. N is equal to what? 10. When the number of observations are even, median is what? Average of middle two values. Correct? Middle two values ka average is what? X plus 2 plus x plus 4 divided by what, people? 2, which is equal to what, people? 25. Cross multiply. 2x plus 6 is equal to what? 50. Then from that 2x is equal to 44. X is equal to what, people? 44 by 2, which is equal to 22. Which option is the answer? Option E is the answer. Online everyone got it. Offline everyone understood this. Bhavadharani, Nihita, correct answer Bhavadharani, Nihita, Sindhu, Shruti, Trisha, everyone got it. Pakka, done. Over here, Akshaya, you got it? Yes. Pujita, you got it? Yes. Ayush, you got it? Dinesh, you got it? Yes. It's a very good question if you ask me, because they are asking the x value. You got it? Lipika, you got it? Yes. Middle two values. Take the average, which is our median. What if? One more what if I'll give. What if there was one more term which was called as what? 50. Will you take the middle two values? Now how many terms are there? 11 values are there. 11 terms are there means you will only take the middle value. That middle value will be equal to what? Middle value will be equal to our given what? Given median. Okay, then you can directly get the answer. But that is not the case here. Okay, fine. Last question. Try pannungo. Answer kodungo. If you get the answer, well and good. If you don't get the answer, it's okay. We'll try it. Okay. Try pannungo. How many terms are there, people, in total? Option 2. Option 50. B. 52. Or nearest answer, right? Almost, according to our question, it is the nearest answer. Correct. We will try, people. Let us do together. Do it together. Listen here. In total, there are 3 terms. Which are those 4 terms? Which are those terms? X, x by 2, x by 3, x by 5. They are arranged in increasing or decreasing order. Correct? If we put x instead of x, you put 30. First value will be 30, then 15, then 10, then it will be what? 6. Anyway, they are arranged in increasing or decreasing order. So we don't need to bother about anything. Now, people, median is given to be what? 22. M is equal to 22. When median is given to be 22, how will you find the value of x is the question. How many are there in total? N is equal to 4. That means we need to take the average of middle two terms. What are the middle two terms? X by 2 plus x by 3 divided by what? 2, which is equal to what? 22. Now cross multiply this 22. It will become what? X by 2 plus x by 3, which is equal to what? 44. Now, if you are like, sir, I don't want to take LCM. I'm not good with LCM. You will do what? You will take options. You will option hit and you will check which is giving you the nearest answer. So how to take option hitting? So you will take 52. Take your calculator. RHS is how much da? RHS is equal to 44. Take option B. 52 divided by 2 m plus 52 divided by 3 m plus then MRC. How much are you getting? 43.33, which will be the nearest answer. All the other options will be giving some other answer. That is one method. If you are not good with LCM, go that way. If you are good with LCM, not good means option hit. Good with LCM means you will take LCM. What is the LCM of 2 and 3? 6. So how many times you should multiply 2 to get 6? 3 times. That means it will become 3x. Plus how many times you should multiply 3 to get 6? 2 times. That will become 2x, which is equal to 44. Now cross multiply. 5x is equal to 44 into 6 is how much, people? 264. X is equal to how much? 264 divided by 5. How much is the answer? 52.8. So answer is what? Option B is the answer. Either of the two methods you can follow, you will get the same answer. Whichever gives nearest answer also will work for us. Okay. So we studied ungrouped data. Now we have two more types in median and partition. That is group data and continuous group data. So both have two different methods. So all the three, ungrouped has one method, grouped has another, discrete grouped has another method, and continuous, that class interval group type has another method. We should study all the methods. Question can be from any of the three, but usually you will not get a question from discrete grouped. I'll tell you what is discrete group. Long back I told you, I asked you the numbers and all, right? X I wrote, X was for example 5 happens these many times, 4 happens these many times. Do you remember in the initial time of the class 2 happens 4 times? These type of group data is called as what? The discrete group data. Then continuous group data means there will be a class interval like 10 to 20. This also I show you, 20 to 30, then 30 to 40. Likewise is there means continuous group data. So everything has different methods. So we will learn discrete group data also now. That the discrete group data, the formula looks same. Is the formula changing? Is the formula same or different? Same, but what is changing? Here n is what? N is nothing but sigma f. Sigma f is what, people? Sigma f is sum of all the frequencies. That way the formula changes. Other than that, the formula is same. Whatever we have studied till now, it is the same formula. It is not going to change. Use the same formula itself. You will get the answer. Okay, but approach is different. There we use what? This value and all we will use, right? But here the approach is different. I'll show you the approach first. Everyone listen carefully. Now the question is this one. X value is 3. It is happening how many times? X is happening. 3 is happening how many times? 3 times. 4 is happening how many times? 5 times. 5 is happening how many times? 11 times. 9 is happening how many times? 5 times. 10 is happening how many times? 2 times. Likewise, it is given over here. Everyone got that value? Anyone has any different value and all? Pakka? Done. Then people, we are going to study something called as less than cumulative frequency. Okay. What are we going to learn? Less than cumulative frequency. Less than cumulative frequency is nothing but it is called by a short name called as LCF. How to find it is, first you will write the whatever frequency is there in the first class. Directly write it. First column is having how much? What is the frequency? 3. Then next one will be having 3 plus 5. 3 plus 5 is how much, people? 8. 8 plus 11, how much is it? 19. 19 plus 5 is how much? 24 plus 2 is how much? 26. So people always remember the last column of less than cumulative frequency will be your n value also. So n is equal to how much? 26. So how to find less than cumulative frequency? First column is what? Directly write the frequency. Next one is what? 3 plus frequency of the next column. That is how much over here? It is 8. 8 plus 11 is how much? 19. 19 plus 5 is how much? 24. 24 plus 2 is how much? 26. That's how you will write the less than cumulative frequency. Any doubt till now? Whatever may be the question, this is the approach. Discrete group data. First define less than cumulative frequency. Then we will use the formula. What is the formula? For example, what do you want to find? Tell me. Yes. Percentile 72. Good. P72 we need to find. 72 ka formula is what? 72 divided by 100 into n plus 1 the value. Here n is what? Capital letter N. N plus 1 the value. Now people, 72 divided by 100 into n is how much over here? N is nothing but 26. 26 plus 1 is how much? 27th value. People, take your calculator. Tell me, how much is it? How much is it? 19.44th value. Correct? Now, in order to find the percentile 72, the method is very easy. So people, which cumulative frequency is greater than 19.44? 24. The corresponding x value is our percentile 72. Hey, what did I do? Again, come back. Listen. We got 19.44th value. Now we will check which cumulative frequency is greater than 19.44. What is greater than 19.44? 24. The corresponding x value. What is the corresponding x value over here? 9. So 9 is our percentile 72. Okay. Now change the question. Change it. Yes, Grace. Tell me the question. Tell me random question. Something. Please. Yes. Question solunga, Grace. What is the question? Percentile, decile, quartile, median? Percentile. What percentile you want to find? 10. You said something. 0. 60. 60. Fine. Now, 60 means 60 divided by 100 into n plus 1 is how much? 26 plus 1 is how much? 27th value. Tell me, how much is it? 16.22. That's all. 16.2th value. Now people, tell me which cumulative frequency is just greater than 16.2? 19. So what is our P60 value? 5 is our P60 value. Find me now quartile 3. Get me quartile 3. It will be what? 3 by 4 into n plus 1th value. How much is it? 3 by 4 into 27th value. How much is it?
9.
How much is it? 27th value. How much is it? 20.25th value. Now you tell me which cumulative frequency is greater than 20.25. 20.25, which is greater than that, 24. So the corresponding x value is our dq3 value. Now if you want to find decile, find me decile 2. Get me decile 2. D2. D2 is how much? 2 by 10 into 27th value. Why 27? 26 plus 1 is how much? 27. How much is it?
5.4.
5.4. Which is greater than 5.4? 8. So corresponding x value is what? 4. That 4 is our decile. Whatever I asked, decile 2. Understood the method? Is everyone clear with the method? So whatever may be the question, we can actually solve. So if you ask me, I can actually create a master question. With a single question, we can find all the required things in our entire chapter using a single question. That we will do. Okay, we will revise everything using a single question so that it will be easy for you to study. We'll do that towards the end. Not today, tomorrow, or maybe after some days when we are going with the classes. Get me the answer. They are asking for what? The 45th percentile. How to get it? First, find less than cumulative frequency. Which is the first value? 3. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 11 is 19. 19 plus 5 is 24. 24 plus 2 is 26. So n is equal to how much? The 26. Now we require to find what? P45. P45 is what? 45 divided by 100 into what? N plus 1th value. How much is n over here? 26. So 45 into 26 plus 1 is how much? 27 divided by 100th value. How much is the value? 12.15th value, which is just greater than 12.5. That is what? 19. So which is the corresponding x value? 5. So P45 is equal to what? 5. Understood the method? Option A is your answer. Whatever may be the question, you can answer it using this method. Clear irka? Everyone, I hope everyone understood this. So instead of studying separately, we put everything together in a single box and we study. So whatever may be the question, you will be able to answer it with the same approach. Make a note of it. Yes. Once done, we can go for the next topic, and that will be the final topic. And there also it's a new method is there. Once that new method is done, I'll only solve one question so that we'll solve the rest of the question tomorrow. Because the reason is, once you revise and come, I know you guys are tired right now. Once it is done, you can revise and come. Tomorrow we will start off from fresh. First question we will do for the next one. Look here. Median for continuous group data. What do you mean by continuous group data? Yeah, class intervals will be there. Now people, I'll teach you two things right now. There is something called as inclusive classes and there is second thing called as exclusive classes. Inclusive classes means there will not be any overlapping. Look here, it is 0 to 9. Then what the case now? 10 to 19. Then 20 to 29 is 29.5 or overlapping is coming into the picture? No, it is what then? 32, 39. Then what? 39 instead of starting from 39 to 49, they are putting what? 42, 49. That is the case. Whenever there is no overlapping, we will call it as what? Inclusive classes, but we will study it in detail again in the future. But right now you should just understand it in a way that inclusive classes means there is no overlapping between corresponding class intervals. Then what is exclusive classes? Look here, 0 to 10. Then what? 10 to 20. Is there an overlap? Yes. 10, 10. 20, 20. Then 30, 30. Then 40, 40. Likewise, there is an overlap. Then it is called as what? Exclusive classes. Now one question now. Whenever you are hearing a news in TV, you want exclusive news or inclusive news, right? Yeah, TV channel is always like exclusive. Whatever they get, it's exclusive, right? Yes, whatever. Even if one small thing happened, they will write big breaking, exclusive. Likewise, we also want what? Exclusive. If it is an inclusive class, we need to convert them into what? Exclusive classes. That is a important step. Now, how to convert them into exclusive classes? Very easy. So people, what is the gap between them? 9 and 10, what is the gap? 1 is the gap. What is the half of 1? 0.5. So first class I will write it this way. 0 minus 0.5, then 9 plus 0.5. So it will become what? Minus 0.5 to 9.5. Then 10 minus 0.5 is how much? 9.5. Then 19 plus 0.5 is how much? 19.5. Then 20 minus 0.5 is how much? 19.5. 29 plus 0.5 is how much? 29.5. 30 minus 0.5 is how much? 29.5 to 39.5. Then 39.5 to 49.5. So basically what we are doing, in order to convert an inclusive class to exclusive class, with the lower limit we will reduce and with the upper limit we will add. That is the basic thing. Remember that. So once you convert, it will look like this, 0.5. Likewise it will be given. Okay. Now first one, the first step. What was the first step in our grouped data? We will find cumulative frequency, correct? Here also we will find cumulative frequency. Do the same thing for me. Find cumulative frequency. How much is the first frequency? 5. Next one will be what? 5 plus 10 is how much? 15 plus 20 is how much? 35 plus 15 is how much? 50 plus 7 is how much? 57. Can you tell me the value of n? N is equal to 57. Clear? Yes. Now one more thing. In your school and all, you might have studied one method. Now if you use your school method, sometimes you will not get the same answer. ICAI has their own methods. If you write some other methods, you will not get the marks. I'll tell you exact reasons, because there was a question in the last attempt, Jan 2026 attempt, there was a question. In our school level, we will study it always in percentage, sorry, in decimal. Well, for example, in our school level, we used to get the answer like 0.6. Okay. But in the option A is 0.6, option B is 60, then option C is some other value 6, then option D is 600. Likewise, it is there. Now people in school level, everyone who studied in school level, they will write it as what? 0.6. They will mark 0.6. But answer as per ICAI is given in percentages. So you will get the answer as what? 60 into 100 should be done. So answer is 60, but many people who studied in school and all, they went and mark what? 0.6. So 0.6 is not the answer. Likewise, there are multiple methods which you should follow as per the ICAI itself, or a subsequent shortcut which will give you ICAI marks or ICAI answers. Okay, don't follow anything completely from your school levels or your college level. You might get a different decimal point or a different answer, and that answer might also be there in the option and it will be wrong. Then you will also, max is different in different no, max is same, approach is different. Certain cases we will simplify and learn it in our school levels, right? They will not teach you everything. They'll teach like, okay, this much is only enough for this level. That way we learn it in school. That's why we might get a different answer using the school method. Okay, keep that in your mind. So we found what? Cumulative frequency. What is the case? Cumulative frequency is 5, 15, 35, 50 and 57. That means n is equal to what? N is equal to 57. Now, the next step, we need to find something called as partition class. Okay, if the question is for median, we will find what? Median class. If the question is for quartile, we will find what class? Quartile class. If the question is for decile, we will find what? Decile class. If the question is for percentile, we will find what? Percentile class. There is a method for finding that class. Look here. For median, we will use this method. We will take n by 2. What is it? N by 2. Can you guess for quartile? It will be in by 4. If they are asking for Q3, you will put 3n by 4. If they are asking for quartile 1, 1 into n by 4. If they are asking for second quartile, it will be what? 2 into n by 4. Then people, if they are asking for decile, it will be in by 10. What if they ask for third decile? 3n by 10. What if they ask for fifth decile? 5n by 10. What if they ask for 8th decile? 8n by 10. Now people, my question is, what if they ask for 20th percentile? 20n by 100. What if they ask for 27th percentile? 27n divided by 100. What if they ask for 31st percentile? 31 divided by 100 into n. So, what do you want to find? You tell me. We will find that and learn the question. You tell me, what do you want to find? Sir, I don't want to find anything. I want to go home. Yes. What do you want to find? Tell me. 21st percentile. Good. We want to find 21st percentile or P21. People, in order to find P21, we should get what? 21 into n by 100. What is 21? 21 itself. N is how much in this question, da? N is given to be 57. Divided by 100. Take your calculator and get me the answer. 21 into 57 by 100. How much is it? 11.97. Okay. Now the next method is almost similar to whatever we have done previously. 11.97. Which cumulative frequency is just greater than 11.97? 11.97. Which cumulative frequency is greater than that? 15. So people, this is our partition class or percentile class. Make a note of it. That's how you will determine your percentile class. Are you getting the point? How will you find median class then? You will find n by 2. N by 2 is how much da? 57 by 2 is how much? 57 by 2 is 28.5. Which cumulative frequency is greater than 28.5? That is what? 35. So this will be your median class. What if they ask for decile 7? You will find 7 into 57 divided by 10. How much is it da? 7 into 57 divided by 10 is how much? 39.9, which is just greater than 39.5, that is 50. So this is your corresponding decile class. That's how you will find the answer. Understood the logic? So what all things we did till now? Because first time explanation will be lengthy, but once you understand, the approach will be very, very easy. You will get the answer within 10 seconds or 20 seconds using your calculator. So what all things we did? First one, we found cumulative frequency. Then what?
we used in by 10 or in by 100 or in by 4 or n by 2 according to the question.
Here we found what? The percentile. So we found in by 100. Which percentile? 21st percentile. So we got 11.97. So the corresponding frequency or the class is how much? That is 9.5 to 19.5 is our corresponding class or the partition class. Once that is done, we need to use the formula. The formula looks like this. For one by one, I'll show you the formula. The formula is lower class boundary. What is the lower class boundary over here? 9.5. Lower class boundary plus, if it is median, we will use in by 2, right? We already found 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into n. We will already found whenever we want to find the partition class or median class, that time we will already find n by 2 minus cumulative frequency of the previous class. Now first we will talk about with respect to this question. Now how much is in by 100? In by 100 is how much? That is equal to 11.97. I will use the formula. Look here. Lower class boundary. How much is lower class boundary? 9.5. I'll write here. 9.5 plus in by 100 is how much? That is 57 into 21 divided by 100. That was how much? 11.97 minus cumulative frequency of the previous class. Which is the previous class, that is minus 0.5 to 9.5. What is the cumulative frequency of that class? 5. Minus 5 divided by frequency of the partition class. That is, what is the frequency of this class, 10. That is the frequency value, right? It will be written over here. Frequency is how much? 10 into what? Class length. C is nothing but class length. That is upper class boundary minus lower class boundary, which is how much, 19.5 minus 9.5, which is equal to how much? 10. Put it over here. Get me the answer. Get me the answer. People, get it fast. 9.5 plus 11.97 minus 5 is how much, 6.97. So into 10 divided by 10 is how much? 1. So how much is the answer, people? How much? 16.47. Everyone got the answer for this? Understood the logic? If not, also please tell me. I know, sir, too many things are there. Something is there in between, there and there, there and there. So what we will do? We will do more question based on the same question. Now, people, what else you want to find? Tell me. என்ன கண்டுபிடிக்க போற? What exactly? Hey, tell me one question. What? Don't be like I say. Yes. Tell me some question. Some good question you tell me. Yes. Decile 7. D7 we are going to find. D7. How to find D7? Yeah, 7n divided by 10. That is 7 into 57 divided by 10. How much is it? 7 into 57 divided by 10 is how much? 39.9. Now you tell me which cumulative frequency is greater than 39.5. That is 50. So which is our decile class? 29.5 to 39.5 is our decile class. Now use the formula. Formula is what? Read it along with me. Lower class boundary plus, since it is decile, it will become what? In by 10 minus cumulative frequency of the previous class, frequency of the decile class multiplied with what? C. Now you tell me what is lower class boundary? 29.5 plus what is in by 10? We already found in by 10, which is equal to how much? 39.5. That is 39.5 minus how much is the cumulative frequency of the previous class? 35 divided by frequency of our decile class is how much? 15. Then multiplied with what? 10. How did you get 10? That is 39.5 minus 29.5 is equal to how much? 10. How much is that? How much? 32.5. Everyone got 32.5? Online? Yes. Any doubt? Akshaya, tell me. Yeah. Then, what is the doubt? Tell me.
29.9, right?
39.9, huh? Oh, okay, okay. Yes. Got it? Fine. Yes. Fine, fine. 32 point, how much you got? 32.7 something. Okay, fine. Yes. So, whatever may be the question, this is the approach. If they ask for percentile, if they ask for quartile, if they ask for median, what will change? This value will change. Which value da? This in by 10, n by 2, in by 4, in by 100. That is the only thing which is going to change. Other than that, everywhere it is same itself. Yes. Any other doubt? பேசுங்க பேசுங்க சொல்லுங்க சொல்லுங்க. Yes. Tell me. So how to calculate this first of all? First you will find this minus this 39.9 minus 35. Then multiply it with 10 divided by what? 15. Then you will click what? Plus sign and type 29.5. That. It is that nothing but in by 10. In by 10. That is the case. In by 10. We are finding what? Decile 7. That is 7 into n is how much? 57 divided by 10, which is equal to 39.9. Got it? Yes. Now, online everyone got it? Now we will ask a question from online. It's the final question. Okay. After this, we will have the test and we will go home. Okay. Done. Tell a question. Who is going to tell the question? Yes. People type. If you have that talking anxiety, you can always type. Please. Yes. Q3. One person asked for Q3. People, in order to find Q3, you tell me. Q3 is equal to, how to find out? We will use the same formula. What is it? Lower class boundary plus 3n by 4 minus cumulative frequency of the previous class divided by frequency of the quartile class into C. This is the formula. First you will find what? 3n by 4 you will find. How much is 3n by 4? 3 into n is how much now? N is how much? 57. 3 into 57 divided by 4. How much is it? 42.75. Everyone got 42.75? Yes. Now we have that. Which is the class which is greater than 42.75? Which cumulative frequency? That is 50. That means this itself is what? It is our quartile class or Q3 class. Now people, you tell me, one by one you tell me, lower class boundary is how much over here? That is 29.5. Put that value over here, which is equal to 29.5 plus 3n by 4 is how much? 3n by 4 is 42.75 minus cumulative frequency of the previous class is how much? 35, correct? 35 is there. Put that value minus 35 divided by frequency of our class is how much? 15. Put that value over there into C is how much? 10. Get me the answer. 33.37. How to do it in calculator? You will type it like 42.75 minus 35 multiply it with 10 divide by 15 plus what? 29.5. You will get the answer. Okay, understood the method, people? So whatever question it is, we will be able to answer it. Got it? Pakka? Please tell me if any doubt is there. I'll help you out. Yes. Done? Yes. I see many confused faces. That's why I'm asking you. Any doubt is there? Please tell me. Yes. 34.36. Yes. 34.66. Okay, fine. Where is it? We'll write it over here. 34.6. Frequency is 15 only, right? Yes. Frequency is how much? 15. Frequency of this class. No. Frequency of the current class. Frequency of the partition class. Not previous. It is the partition class. Cumulative frequency only we will take for the previous class. Okay. Yes. Now, what are the steps? Can anyone re-narrate me the steps for me? What all things we are doing? Just re-narrate for this. First, we will find less than cumulative frequency. We did for all the classes, we found the less than cumulative frequency. Now, what if it is inclusive? We will convert them into what? Exclusive. That automatically you should do. If you don't convert, you will get a wrong answer. That is also there. Then next one is what? If you are finding median, you will find what? N by 2. You will check n by 2. Then if you are finding quartile, you will find what? In by 4. If you are finding decile, you will find what? In by 10. If you are finding percentile, you will find what? In by 100. After that, you will get some value, right? For example, you got a value like 23.5 after finding that. So how to choose the partition class stuff? Partition class is nothing but which is greater than that value. That is how much? 35. So this will be the partition class. Then we will use the formula. What is the formula? Formula is lower class boundary plus in by 2 minus cumulative frequency of previous class, frequency of median class into C. For what? Median. If it is decile, it will become in by 10. Quartile, it will become in by 4. Percentile, it will become in by 100. Other than that, all the steps are same. You will get the same answer. I hope you understood. Anyone, any doubt? Can we wind up today's lecture? Yes. Will you revise and come for tomorrow? Because tomorrow we will be starting off with this. Yeah, even if you did not understand today, yeah, lucky people, you are going to understand it tomorrow morning. Okay, but still, revise and come. It will help you out. Okay, yes.